Community Radio Salam Radio. Salam Radio. 106.2 FM.
Good evening and welcome to the Tech Factor, the show where technology meets entertainment. And Shamshad starts just been in the studio for 10 seconds, really smashed his mic. I'm your host, Akil, here to navigate you through the most exciting and hilarious corners of the tech world. I'm just laughing because always something happens. But it's just so funny.
One thing you know is if there was a clone of me here, you'd know.
If
it's me or not by breaking things.
Yeah, this is true. Actually, he's right. He's right. So, he's right. So joining me is Joel, the man who claims he can fix any gadget, but somehow still struggles to program his coffee machine. Hi, Joel.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. And of course, we have Shamshad, the only tech lover I know who still uses Internet Explorer for nostalgia.
Oh, always.
What did you name him earlier? I need to have that on air.
Shamputer.
The Shamputer. That has to stay. That made me think of, what was that movie Eddie Murphy's in?
Yeah.
Rasputin or something. Do you remember? What was that movie? Do you remember? There's a big ladies in it and Rasputia or something.
Oh, not no. Oh,
Big Mama's House. No. Obviously, I'm getting this all wrong. Anyway, can somebody tell me? Can somebody text the show 07411191062? What movie was Eddie Murphy in?
I think he played multiple roles.
He played multiple roles, and the lady who was his wife or girlfriend, or whatever, her name was Rasputia or something. Yeah. Anyway, let us know. And then of course Faisal. Sadly, we're missing Faisal tonight. Rumour has it he's still stuck trying to beat ChatGPT in a coding challenge from last week. So we miss you, buddy. Hope you come back next week. So let's dive straight into CES 2025, the tech world's biggest event of the year. This year, the show didn't disappoint, with jaw-dropping innovations and announcements that will shape the future. We'll be discussing that this evening, as well as the cool, funny tech stories of the week, and of course, the return of
Quantum quiz.
Quantum quiz.
Quantum quiz.
We're still working on getting that jingle. I'm sure it's going to come at a certain point. I think Joel was just like, "What the hell? Why is he doing that to me?" But yeah, Quantum Quiz is currently a cappella. But looking forward to that because Shamputer's in the building. It's Shamputer versus Julie on the decks, on the mics. This is going to be fantastic. So do stay tuned for the whole hour.
That's Julie.
Oh yeah, it's a long story. Don't worry. He's a Mexican server. Okay, that's all I can say.
Very old nickname.
Very old nickname. Yeah. Like I said, you can get
back to what your question is. Norbit.
There we go. It's Norbit. I remember Norbit. Great movie. So you can call us on 01733 602 133. How do I have so much energy? I've done 4 shows, Joel. But nevertheless, we are where we are. So, CES 2025. I saw some fantastic, cool things coming out. But one of the things that really took my interest was NVIDIA and basically us getting told, invest in this because the market's going this way. So that was quite cool. I'm sure we'll come to that in the future. So go, Joel, set us off.
So I been sort of into fitness and stuff like that. I wanted to focus on some sort of more wearable tech and fitness tech and stuff like that. A few shows ago, we did a whole pros and cons about wearable tech, fitness tech and that kind of stuff, rings, watches, all those kind of things. So that's the kind of thing I'm going to cover. First thing that took that caught my eye is a fitness machine from a company called AMP. And I think AI is actually going to be a massive feature of tonight's show.
Of everything, isn't it?
Everything, because everything was AI this, AI that. Yeah. Whenever you read anything about the show. But this particular one is AI-powered. It's a cable-based machine. So if you go to the gym, I've got one at home. If you're doing any kind of like cable-based workouts where you're pulling cables and you're pulling weights up and down, they're on a series of pulleys, big heavy cable machines. Well, what this one does is it doesn't have the weights on it. Instead, it actually has sort of like you're pulling against motors, and those motors can be AI. They're AI powered, of course they are, and you can then just using like a Hive thermostat, you can increase and decrease the tension and stuff like that. So what it does is for homes and gyms, it shrinks the size of the machines you need, but it still gives you a really good strength workout and obviously tracks and everything and does a load of cool stuff. So yeah, so that's a really good one.
So what's the innovative concept here? What is it? Well, it's got no weights, or
it's got no weights, and it's it doesn't take up a lot of space.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you have a proper weights machine, you've got like 80, 90, 100 kilos of weights on one side. You've got them on the other side. It's I've got one at home. You know, they stand 7 feet tall. You know, they're 5 feet wide.
Yeah, dismantling them and moving them around is a massive pain.
You can't move it. Once you bought it and it's been assembled, that's where it stays. You know, really, really heavy machine. So this is, you screw it to your wall. You know, it's small, it's compact, but it can give you the same kind of workout as having a far bigger machine, and it's all tracked, and you can program actual sort of fitness programmed into it. I want to do this and then work onto that and start at this weight and all that kind of stuff, instead of having to move the pin manually and switch over hand grips and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, really, really cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'll tell you what I saw. Again, keeping the AI-powered everything. AI integration in everyday appliances like refrigerators and even toothbrushes. There was a toothbrush that monitors oral health via AI and sends data to your dentist in real time. Yeah. So I don't know if that's cool or scary.
If it's anything direct to my dentist, I'd say that'd be scary because they'd be like, Joe who?
That's your 17th sugary drink today? Yeah, of course. Sham?
Yeah, so...
Sorry. Shamputer? We need this. Keep it going.
Right, so first of all, I've got LG. So LG were in the house. Had quite a big presence there. They had a lot of devices there, and products they were showing. The few that caught my mind that people might be interested in. First was like a gaming monitor. You would say to call it. It's the world's first 5K OLED gaming monitor with second generation dual mode to smart gaming monitors with built-in WebOS.
Wow.
125 PPI.
Wow.
So it's the 5K resolution self-lit 45-inch panel curves and uncurves itself.
Wow.
So 1 minute it'll be flat, and then if you're like playing something that you want to be really, into, it curves inwards.
Okay, this
outwards.
Is cool.
Yeah,
this is cool.
It's got your standard variable refresh rate as well, but it's got a really good anti-glare and low reflection coating as well.
Would you get one?
Yeah, but I don't really game. PC gaming anymore.
I have an LG monitor, but the LG, when it comes to monitors, I feel that they are quite innovative. They have good ideas like the self-curving. That's pretty cool.
It was a really quality one. The people were loving it. It's only 45-inch. Depending on, to be honest, that's quite big if you're quite close to it as well. But it also has a USB-C 90-watt power connections. Also, you can power devices as well, and low light blue emission certified as well for eye comfort. Apart from that, they also had this was really cool, a Cinebeam S. It's like a little mini projector. You can basically put it like a hand's width away from the wall,
right?
And it will blast up to a 100-inch screen onto there. No. Yeah, it's mental.
Wow.
Mini projectors seem to be quite a big thing this year.
There's quite a few of them. That's mental. Yeah. So it also doubles up as a lamp or a Bluetooth speaker as well if you don't want to use it.
See, that's your Korean Japanese element to it, isn't it? Yeah. Whoa, if you're not going to use it, have it for this.
But here's the really interesting one. Okay, so I'm not sure there's going to be much use for this kind of thing for people at home, but it's their world's first true wireless 4K OLED transparent TV screens from LG.
So I remember seeing this. Where was I? I saw something similar at a show.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Huh?"
So you could buy these now.
Wow.
Yeah. So first of all, the way they displayed this was mental. They displayed it as in the form of a chandelier hanging down, and that's surrounded 360 degrees by multiple screens. And they're just covering it all the way around it. I think it totaled up to a combination of 32 million pixels. But the crazy thing is it's truly wireless. So there's only cable that comes onto it is the power cable. That's it. Everything else is done through like a digital wireless box. And the reason they call it true wireless is because it's lossless.
Okay.
Yeah. And
wait. So the wireless box is that sat somewhere else and it communicates with the screen.
Yes.
So there's a chip there or something.
The screen's really thin as well.
Wow.
Yeah. But price-wise,
come on.
Oh yeah. So these screens can also become non-transparent as well. So within them they have like a blind curtain type thing. It just comes up and it becomes like a normal telly or something.
Wow,
like
Joel.
That.
I feel like I'm in 2050.
Only available at 77 inches and a measly £60,000 or dollars. It was saying, yeah.
Wow.
Small change for some people.
Yeah, that's why he's not been here. Shamputer's not been here that often.
But LG had a lot more products on there.
I'm sure you'll share more with us. Come on then, Julie. What's next?
So, continuing down fitness and AI-powered stuff, the great people that make a lot of home gadgets to do with fitness and tracking, Withings, they were in the show in a big way, and they've come out with their new AI-powered mirror, which can give you health assessments and combining data from its own sensors along with other Withings gadgets as well. Give you a comprehensive rundown of your health and well-being. The mirror itself can measure your heart rate, blood pressure, and when connected to a base you stand upon, it can measure height, weight, heart health, metabolic health, and stuff like that. So again, where this fits into your everyday is if you don't want to wear, wearable health tech all the time, watches, rings, things like that we talked about before on the show, this is a great way to still track your health and track your fitness journey at home, in your bathroom, or wherever you've got it, in the comfort of your own home.
And there's another thing. So this just came to me as you were describing that, which is really cool. What you just said, I think I like that. What came to my mind was you see yourself in the reflection, so you have to kind of take accountability. You don't want a watch or a ring. you
do, and it also shows so the mirror isn't just a mirror, it also acts as a screen.
This is really cool.
So you can see your health stats and stuff there in front of you, and it gives you relevant up to the date feedback, and then its AI assistant can take that data and recommend, pass it on or recommend what you should be doing and what steps and programs.
That's really cool. I'm looking forward to see how much that costs when it comes out. I have a major announcement from Sony. Sony unveiled Vision SEV with full VR integration. Sony with full VR integration. That was quite cool. But Samsung made an announcement about a foldable TV, a screen that fits in your backpack.
Wow.
We've seen similar sort of tech before, but are they any closer to releasing it to the general public?
Not yet. I think these. When I looked at certainly that one, I was like, I mean, I'm kind of blown away that Shamputer just shared with us about you can buy that transparent screen now.
Yeah, and I think the projector is really cool.
Yeah,
as well. I can see that.
There's quite a few of the projector like them ones.
Practical.
Yeah. There's quite a few.
I'd quite like to have
different brands.
Something small like a projector with a plain wall instead of having a physical TV or something.
There was a tri-folding pocket projector as well. You can literally put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
And it's like you're not about the size of your phone.
Yeah.
And it unfolds and it becomes a projector.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah.
I think if for example a backpack TV, for example, I mean you could be anywhere in the world.
It's called the Alzen Zip Trifold Pocket Projector.
How much is it?
It didn't give a price. It was a 2280 inch screen. You can put 720p as well.
Nice. Yeah. We would love to hear from you. I mean, did you catch up with CES? Were you following CES 2025? Was there a item, service, software, project, something that caught your eye? Do let us know. Call us on 01733602133. Text the show on 07411191062 or comment on the live stream. Sham, you next.
Yeah.
Pewter.
So sticking on the same subject on tellies and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Google had a booth for their new Google TV.
Yeah.
I thought this was really interesting. So it's sort of a different take on the whole thing of having a TV in your room.
Okay.
So first of all, it's always off. All right. So there's no remote.
Okay.
So you walk into the room and it's got these proximity sensors, and it knows you've walked into the room.
Okay.
Once you get to a certain distance before it, and then it turns on. Now, while it's recently turned on, it's only like either showing art pieces or weather or something like that. It's only until you sit down in front of it that it then turns and the options and change on the screen. Now, it's powered by Gemini.
Okay.
So it's not your other, like you get voice commands on normal tellies, and it's quite rubbish, really, isn't they? Hey Google and whatever. But this is actual Google Gemini on there. So you can tell it, you can ask it anything you want, like you would with the browser or whatever. You want to watch something, you just say, I want to watch this, and it will find it if you've got that paid service that has that movie or whatever you want to watch. Or you want to ask it, like, there was an example I had. For example, say you wanted to ask it what's a good beach holiday, it will come back with a whole lot of suggestions, and like it's a whole new way of having a screen in front of you. And it also integrates with your Alexa and all of that as well. So say someone's ringing your doorbell, it will come up on the telly in front of you rather than anywhere else. And basically, you don't have a remote; you just talk to it and just tell it what to do.
See, now what's interesting about that is this week I've been trying using ChatGPT's just with voice, and I have been blown away.
Yeah, I've tried it so many times.
So I just thought, let me just have a conversation, or let me just ask him some questions. And I mean, obviously, I write a lot of stuff, and I like typing and things like this. And I just thought, let me just try doing this different way. And I found out I was able to.
You got the app.
Got the app and all that, yeah. But beyond that, I was like, let me just try and do a more conversation style request. And I was literally blown away by it. I was like, okay, this is.
I was messing around with it.
Don't forget, we've got a show coming up.
We have, yes, we have. We're going to discuss this in detail.
Yeah.
Different.
In fact, what we might even do on air as well is test ChatGPT live on air by having that as our.
Good idea. That's really good because we
were going to actually use
in the car.
Did you?
Had it on. We were just having a full-on conversation in the car with
So what we're going to do is we're going to have ChatGPT as one of our co-hosts.
Wow. Okay.
So it's live. I'm sharing this. I was going to tell them next week, but next time we're on air. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to have ChatGPT as one of the co-hosts on Salam Radio with us to do the LLM conversation, which is large language models for AI, and I think that's going to be quite a lot of fun.
That would be really good fun. Yeah.
I think though, now that you mentioned Gemini, we might even be able to do ChatGPT and Gemini. That would be quite cool. Maybe a versus.
Well, the quizzes for when you use the voice commands for stuff like that, the quiz, you can ask and say, give me 10 questions on a particular subject, and it's just like your own game show host.
It's so cool.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Then you could take part in as well.
I could, but it's not. I don't want to be humiliated. I just want to be here. Nice move, Shamputer.
Just one thing to add was for the Google TV. If you want all that extra functionality, you can only get that via the TV, and you can only buy that. The TCL and Hisense are the only ones that will be selling it.
Okay,
so it is actually it's an actual TV. It's not like the Chromecast or Amazon Fire.
So you can get a lot of that functionality in, like what you're talking about, but that won't have any of the the proximity,
and stuff.
And all of that stuff. Yeah,
cool. Okay, that's interesting because right now I'm driving a Polestar. Now the Polestar, which is different to a lot of other cars. I mean, I don't know how many cars of manufacturer I've driven in the last 6 months, but this one, it's got a Google operating system. The whole thing's Google.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
And so the voice commands are Google Assistant.
So it's not Android.
It's Android.
Yeah. The
whole thing's Android. The whole operating system is made by Google.
Yeah, because there's two different Androids. There's one is Android Auto.
This is beyond that.
Then there's Android Automotive as well.
Yes.
Well, I think something like that.
Yeah. So it's a custom version of it. And the reason why I brought this up actually is because you mentioned Gemini. I think in an update, or I don't know if the chip can actually handle it in this particular car, I'd expect Gemini to be in a lot of cars because ChatGPT is no way that's not going to be in a lot of cars. Because I can tell you that since Apple Intelligence came onto iPhones 15 and above, iPhone Pro Maxes, right, with the right chip in there, when you connect that as CarPlay in your car, you get Apple Intelligence in your car, which is basically ChatGPT with that in there, which is quite interesting. Yeah. That was quite a cool experience, but it's inferior. The Polestar's technology is inferior to that because it's not latest. So with what you're saying about the TV and Gemini, it's brilliant. It's really, really good because it's that next level of all that data. I'm trying not to go into next week, so I'll change the subject. We'll move on. We'll do this up next week, 100%.
And the main difference is that you don't have to give it commands.
No, you don't.
You basically just talk to it.
Just talk to it. Yeah. Joe?
So the other one I looked at as well is sort of homewares and things like that. Because I think that's quite cool. Now, this is actually something that we have discussed on this show once before when it came up in one of our cool tech stories.
Yeah.
And it is the brisket. It's the AI-powered grill / barbecue. The idea of these is, again, it uses the power of AI to monitor and perfectly cook your meat. And the reason that I'm bringing it up is because now they've brought out a new model, which is 450 square inches of cooking space. It's called the Zelios, and it is about half the price to the models that we've previously seen. So it is getting more and more affordable. Various features include image recognition features, so it can generate recipes, cooking automation based on pictures, and doesn't just use written prompts to make things easier, and it is your fully integrated AI cooking assistant / barbecue.
I think I vaguely remember something about this, so that it will, if you say because obviously smoking, especially like when you're smoking at meat, it takes hours.
Yes.
So if you forget about it, supposedly it has a way of like.
It is, yeah. It's a fully electric or wood pellet smoker as well. And again, I believe it was one of your cool tech stories where you brought up the original concept of.
Well, no, that was facial. It was facial.
Oh, was it? Okay, AI powered grills and stuff. So so they've upped the gambit a little bit and brought out a new model, and it's half the price, so it's getting more and more affordable. They've got it listed at $399, which is comparable to any sort of modern, any kind of large 4-burner grill, gas barbecue and stuff. So yeah,
wow,
it's getting there.
Okay, that's really good. I have Cell Bioprint. So longevity was a big theme at CES this year, specifically technology that supports people's health spans. Now, L'Oreal Cell Bioprint is an example of that. It offers personalized and detailed skin analysis in a swift 5 minutes. The compact device can calculate how fast the skin is aging based on protein composition in the body, and then advise what products and care is required to aid skin health. Now, you're probably thinking, why is this interesting? Well, in the Future 100, 2025, due to launch on, it has a trend titled Skin Rejuvenation, diving into the correlation of skin aging and human health. So Cell Bioprint skin analysis provides preventative care, which is key here, for skin health for people who use who need to have comfort in their own homes. This is going to be available in Asia later in 2025. A device that you can use at home to give you this data. It's phenomenal.
That's crazy. When we did our show on health tech and stuff, was it yourself that talked about one way you could breathe into it and it would give you analysis?
Yes,
and
that's
stuff?
right. Yeah.
So again, it's down a similar sort of lines. I think that kind of tech's just going to revolutionise, home care and care across the community. It would be really good.
I've got one more before we go to Shamputer. This is the electric salt spoon. With a mission to reduce salt content in food but maintain, and I know you.
I've seen this.
Maintain the tastiness. Kirin's electrical salt spoon sends a mini electrical shock to the user's tongue, which renders the food saltier than it truly is. The Japanese company collaborated with researchers to address the issue of excessive salt intake among Japanese people, including Shamputer, who likes a lot of salt. Why is this interesting? Well, perhaps one to mull over. After all, having an electric wave shock on your tongue may not sound so appetizing, but Kirin is addressing an issue faced by many developed countries with high sodium diets, available in May 2025.
It's quite big though, wasn't it? It was like this big.
Yeah.
It's massive.
No, Joe, in all seriousness, in the Asian community, salt is big.
You're right.
They have too much salt.
Yeah.
And
I have to constantly say, even my own family members, I'll go, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'll tell you something.
Without even tasting something, they'll automatically put more salt in it.
Exactly. Oh, we just got some fish and chips. Oh, did they put salt in it? Yeah, I don't want to give it to me. Before tasting it.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, look, it's come from Japan, because it must be an Asian thing. Over to you, Shamputer.
Yeah, so I'll stick with the health kind of thing as well. So I really found this quite cool. It's called by a company called Strut. Then they've made a wheelchair, and it has a load of LiDAR sensors and all kinds of things to it on the front and on the back. And basically what it does, it maps the surroundings around your wheelchair. So if someone is on a wheelchair bound but has very limited mobility, or just lazy, basically with this thing, you can just tell it, like your Tesla, that you had, it had LiDAR technology, and you just basically in the same sense, you just tell it, you're telling it to go forward or backwards, ain't you?
Yeah.
And then it'll go forward and it'll avoid all the obstacles.
Yeah, just like my robo vacuum.
And this wheelchair does exactly the same thing.
That is cool.
So you just tell it, you just say, I want to go forward. It'll go forward, but it will maneuver everything, and it won't collide with anything, even if you try to on purpose.
This feels like it's a long time coming, though, isn't it? Why did this not come sooner?
And that's what we said in the green room. We were just like, hang on a second, my robot vac's been able to do that for ages.
Yeah.
And now here we are, 2025, just adapting it to wheelchairs.
It's not exciting, is it? People want to go for the exciting, I suppose, stuff first,
fair
don't
enough.
they? Yeah.
No, but I mean, this is a good thing you've picked up, because it's long overdue.
Yeah.
It's long overdue.
There's another one in that same kind of sense as well.
Yeah.
It was by a company called, I think it's Naki Logics, it's called, and they created it's called a Neural Airbud. So basically, it's a non-safe and non-invasive brain implant. So it's just like an earbud. You put it in your ear, and it acts as one of them brain implants that you have to get surgically, put in your brain.
So if you combine something like that with a wheelchair,
that's it. Basically, you'd be quite dangerous.
The creators were touting that it would be able to control your entire connected world. So anything that's connected, hands-free, voice-free, and sometimes screen-free as well.
Wow.
And it's just from a little earbud that goes in your ear.
It's phenomenal.
And it can register your muscles on your face, how they're moving, and through that you can command it.
This feels like really, really futuristic tech.
This definitely is.
Yeah.
This is going way beyond.
Would you have one?
Well, if I needed it, yeah. But
would you have one?
But for me to have it, I'm physically able. I'd be really lazy.
Don't worry, John and I are planning to defrag you later, Shamputer.
Definitely have the ear thing. I think that'd be quite cool, especially if I could just control other things with my thoughts and stuff. That'd be better.
Yeah, that sounds quite dangerous.
That'd be quite cool. But I think 2025 is exciting. We're on the cusp of some really, really
massive things,
massive changes.
Yeah.
Right. Another lazy
Go
one.
on, you got 10 seconds.
A lazy one for you. AOTOS, which makes motorized carry-on luggage. You can buy a 31-litre capacity, 10-kilometre ranged motorized luggage cabin. So you can pull out a handle, sit on it as well. $500.
Okay, we need one of those. I can think of using it in our charity. Okay, we're just heading towards a break. Still discussing CES 2025. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this short ad break. Thank you.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
Satisfy your cravings at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant. Enjoy a tantalizing variety of Chinese, Italian, Pakistani and comfort food favourites, from starters to desserts. Kids under 5 dine for free, so bring the whole family to our location at 63 Sycamore Avenue. Open every day from 5 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. Call us on 01733 313131 or book online to reserve your table. Ibrahimi-restaurants.co.uk. Every bite is a delight at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant.
City & Co Tax Specialists. A modern, refreshing and straightforward solution to your accounting and tax needs. We are flexible, clear and dynamic. Are you tired of your current accountant not giving you the right advice, not giving you time, not giving you business solutions? City & Co Tax Specialists have helped many businesses build a better structure to minimize commercial risks and become more tax efficient. There is no substitute for a well-rounded specialist accountant and tax advisor. Our consultants will work with you to minimize your tax exposure through tax planning. Whether you are looking within the UK or offshore tax planning, we can help. We offer so much more than your average accountant, and that's what stands us apart. Call us on 01733 777782. Your partners in success.
Craving top quality fried and grilled chicken without the high price tag? At Sam's, we make every bite unforgettable. From juicy chicken to mouth-watering burgers, taste why we're the best in town. Visit us at our brand new restaurant at 33 Westgate in the city centre or our second spot on Lincoln Road. Prefer delivery? We're on Just Eat, Uber Eats and Deliveroo. Sam's, serving up amazing chicken across the UK for over 30 years.
Are you a savvy shopper searching for the best food deals? Look no further. Adams Cash and Carry can help you save big. We're not just a food wholesaler for takeaways and restaurants. We also welcome household customers at our warehouse in Westwood, Peterborough. Visit our website and enjoy wholesale prices on everything from drinks to flour, rice to burgers and much more. To shop, go online and collect in store. Visit adamscashandcarry.co.uk today to start your savings spree.
Whether you're eating in or ordering for collection or delivery, Big Mouth at 349 Lincoln Road in Peterborough is the place for all the family favourites you know and love. But now it's even better, as loaded fries, grilled and smashed burgers, peri-peri strips and wings have been added to Big Mouth's mouth-watering menu of pizzas, chicken and so much more. Call in today, order for delivery via Uber Eats or call 01733 201020. Big Mouth's open 11 till 2, 7 days a week.
Whether you visit the Berry Furniture Showroom at 78B Fengate in Peterborough or view and buy online, you'll be amazed at the quality and style you could enjoy in your home. With beds from just £299 and complete 3-2-1 sofa sets from less than £1,000, you'll also be amazed at their wholesale prices too. Plus, there's a 1-year free warranty on sofas and beds, subject to conditions. Find out more, click on Berry, that's BERRE furniture.co.uk or call 01733 300 517.
Do you own a restaurant or takeaway? Cater Fair is an expert supplier of new and used commercial catering equipment. Visit caterfair.co.uk for quality equipment on sale at the lowest prices, or call us on 01733 310 115 or visit us at 11 Royce Road, Fengate, Peterborough.
You're listening to Peterborough's community radio, Salam Radio. Salam Radio. 106.2 FM.
Welcome back to the Tech Factor. We're live in the studio at Salam Radio 106.2 FM. I'm here with Joel and Shamputer. We're discussing CES 2025, all of the things that caught our eye, all of the new technologies and gadgets and so on. One thing that we did definitely see was a huge rise in robotics. Some were cute, some were intelligent, and some were just creepy. We'd love to hear from you. You can comment on the live stream, Facebook, X, YouTube or Twitch, or you can call us on 01733 602 133 or text the show on 07411 191 062. During the ad break, Sham Pewter has discovered a robot, and it was a bit controversial. Could you share that with us?
Oh, thanks.
It's all right.
No, it was so obviously, like you said, there was a lot of new products in the robotics field. A lot of them piqued my interest. There was like this one I was talking about. We were talking about is a creepy one, Robotics. That's the company's name. It's quite creepy. It's supposed to be so the majority of these robots, there was a lot of companion robots. So that was a big thing this year. So this one is classed as a companion robot, and they called it with an attractive appearance. It was not attractive to me. Which will basically interact with humans with its voice, sound, and movement. So
so if you had one, and Joel's checked his basket, if you had one, what would you name it?
It was just, honestly, it was too creepy for me.
Yeah, but if you had one, what would you name it?
I don't know. What's that? Short Circuit.
Short Circuit. See, this is better than Faisal. Do you remember?
Robot.
If you had a robot, what would you call it? Robot.
I was thinking that, yeah.
It's like, I remember that time I was telling you, I asked this guy, if you had a dog, what would you name dog?
Dog.
What? Come on. Yeah, come on. Okay, over to you, Joel.
So one product that caught my eye was from a company called Ultralock, who is in the smart lock business.
Okay.
But what they've done this year and what they've released now is they're actually using the iPhone's iOS 18 recently gave apps and accessories access to the ultra-wideband tech that's in the iPhones. Now, the ultra-wideband tech is the kind of stuff that makes the Apple AirTags work for exact location tracking. And what they've done is they've managed to sort of integrate kind of like Apple AirTag tech kind of into the into these locks, basically. So the reason it's useful is because what it enables the lock to automatically unlock itself, and not just using like a proximity fob or a key or a card or anything like that, but because it can accurately track where you are, it can track when you are near the lock or not, based on your movement and your intention.
So it's got something called it's got spatial awareness then.
Yeah, I think it connects to your phone, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it can tell whether you're walking or driving away from the door, and then locks itself.
Yeah.
And it can, and vice versa. So it can then, as you approach the door, it can then understand that you're approaching it, and it'll unlock it. Except it'll also then know when you are inside your house as well, versus outside your house, because again of the more accurate location tracking of that's now enabled, through the iOS 18.
What I like about this as well is just the level of detail in terms of encryption and technology in this. It's got 128-bit AES data encryption, IP65 weather resistance, but crucially a BHMA level 1 certified durability, and it supports Wi-Fi, Matter, Apple Siri, Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, Samsung Smart Things, and perhaps best of all, it has battery life up to 1 year.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
Yeah.
So I remember when I saw this, I was like, huh? 1 year?
Yeah, let's call it 6 months.
with your usage.
And you think about
3 months.
We're still using mechanical locks like everywhere. Internal doors, external doors, cars, containers, shops,
I'm not so sure I'm ready for a digital mechanic AI lock. Myself, personally. I personally prefer a mechanical lock. I don't know, that's just me.
With a key.
Yeah,
old school.
Shamputer's still analog in some parts of his life.
Yeah.
All right, so that was good, Joel. I think because that's got a real world usage as well.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're one of those people that have to lock the door 20 times before leaving the house to make sure that it's locked, and because every time you walk every time you walk towards it, it'll unlock, won't it? So
I've just seen you lock the door. Now I just need to double check. But I've just seen you lock the door. No, but I just need to double check. Oh yeah, go on, Shamputer.
So I don't know if you remember, quite a few months back, I think it was. I mentioned, we've been to cool news and stories kind of thing. I mentioned a company called XPeng, a Chinese company.
Oh yeah, we can't forget that.
Yeah, showing something they call the Aero.
Yeah.
HTS. I forgot what that stands for now, but it's basically a two-seater flying vehicle.
Yep.
So they had it at the show. Now it comes, you can buy it as a combo package. So it comes either with the vehicle, the flying two-seater vehicle, and also a six-wheeler vehicle as well, or like a car, or it looks more like an MPV. But the cool thing about this is that vehicle acts as the hangar for your flying vehicle. So it basically fits right into the back of it. It sort of like unfolds and compresses and fits right into the boot of the car. It's got the 620 mile capacity on the vehicle itself. Now this is only going to be available in Asia at the moment. I think it's to do with legislation and all that, and what's allowed and what's not allowed to be flown around. But the bundle only 300,000. 300,000. Yeah.
Just how nonchalantly you just said, only 300,000. Is that to go with your £60,000 TV as well, yeah? And this robot thing you're buying. So in your basket, you've got an XPeng, you got the LG TV and this robot.
No, not the robot.
No, I don't know. We saw your basket earlier.
No, that was,
that's quite good. I've got a Flint paper battery, a battery made out of paper. You ask. Flint claims it has a more affordable, scalable and sustainable solution to the traditional lithium-ion batteries. The key component is cellulose, which acts as a natural medium for ion transfer between the node and the cathode. The cells are fully flexible and can shrink down to a size appropriate for a coin battery or a smartwatch strap. And when you're done using them, they decompose naturally in 6 weeks. That has earned Flint the official Best CES award for sustainability last week. The company secured $2 million in seed funding to run a pilot project this year, one step closer to a dream of sparing the earth from the mining and drilling of finite lithium.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so cool.
Amazing. That's really good.
And we've discussed, haven't we, throughout the Tech Factor, and it's amazing to see month in, month out, a company has done something better to outdo another one. It's either, remember that time when Sham shared that story about the solar panels, they could bend, they were tiny, they did very little amount of light, and now we've got this. All the time, innovation. And I know we talk about AI quite a lot, but AI is still not being utilized the way that they see the future still. I think 15 years from now, that's when the potential is mind-blowing. I know in the business world, we're talking a lot about AI agents, and this is a topic that we will discuss in the future because this is coming or is already here. Anyway, over to you, Joel. You've got the last CES story of the night.
Okay, so widely regarded as the best wearable tech was Circular's second generation smart ring, which they released at the show. Features such things as FDA approved as well for arterial fibrillation detection algorithm. It's got improved ECG sensors, and according to the brand, an 80-day battery life. Major upgrade from the first ring's 2-day lifespan.
Wow.
So the ring has also innovated in areas that could quickly become issues for the smart ring industry, sizing kits. Instead of shipping these out, which is what they currently do, the Circular's app can calculate your ring size using a very smart system, and they're saying it's basically going to become the norm. It comes available in gold, silver, rose, black, and is crafted from titanium. So again, what the ring is doing is the ring is offering another way of health tracking. And again, they're up in the game in terms of what the rings are actually capable of, bringing it more in line with what the watches are capable of. But again, it's in a far more discreet and smaller package for it. And I just think it's incredible that they can fit so much tech in something so small. I mean, watches are one thing, but I mean, just fitting all that side of ring is something else. My personal word of warning, though, is if they are made of titanium, if you get stuck somewhere, they're not very easy to get off. And I've heard recently a report where if you get like your golden ring caught somewhere and you need it like cutting off your finger or whatever, that can be done in the hospital. But if you have titanium-based rings, which are getting quite popular with people, if you get those rings caught somewhere, they have to call the fire brigade out to cut the ring off with diamond cutting tools and stuff like that, because some of the hospitals aren't
pneumatic ones
equipped. Yeah, they aren't equipped to cut the titanium rings off and stuff. So. But the text.
Shamputer's wearing a lot of rings.
Cancel your order.
Shamputer's wearing a lot of rings. I'm reliably informed they're all titanium.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
don't get your hand trapped anyway.
see you in December.
Titanium from Temu.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys. That was CES 2025. Do share your thoughts with us. Comment on the live stream, Facebook, YouTube, X, or Twitch. Right, let's move on to a segment that never fails to make us laugh. Tech stories so bizarre you can't make them up. I'll kick it off. AI creates accidental horror art. An AI art generator accidentally created creepy, surreal art while trying to design logos, and this was quite funny. I guess you could say that I've got a weird sense of humor then, but nevertheless, it's another example of how AI could be used in different ways. One of the stories that was breaking today is Apple having lots of problems with AI and with the summarizing tool, and it had a lot of publishers, news organizations, journalists, and so on all complaining. Essentially, this particular feature was designed to summarize text across multiple news stories. So, for example, if you had you wanted news notifications, it would gather all of this information across different sources, summarize it for you in one go. But essentially, what it was doing was it was attributing certain headlines to different sources, and then also
different stories
within that different stories. So it would say, for example, is that person who's been accused of the United Health murder in America that he's killed himself, but he hadn't.
He said that he shot himself.
So Apple then initially said, look, obviously we'll look into it like any software company. We'll look into it. We'll get back to you. It got worse. Then they said we'll do a software update, and now they said we're pulling it because they clearly know it's going to be good.
Feature,
It's actually damage limitation, reputational damage limitation, and also clearly it's bigger than they thought.
But it's also not. It's not functioning as it's supposed to.
Yes, correct. Yeah. That's the bottom line.
Basically making stuff up.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. And this is one of the things that you could say was going to happen when you got such a fast-paced rollout of AI. That being said, I expected better from Apple, to be quite frank with you.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like they pushed it to production when it didn't go through the proper QA.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with you. We've discussed it before. Then one of the one was that self-driving car that got pulled over in San Francisco for not having its lights head on. The police were baffled when no driver could roll down the window. And I've seen videos of this and other videos where the police are trying to stop a vehicle, but they can't because there's no driver in the vehicle. And then
but why? The question is, why were they trying to stop a vehicle, an AI-powered vehicle?
Because it didn't have its headlights on, and it was at night.
Oh, it was at night time. Sorry,
so it didn't have its headlights on. It's driving down the road, so trying to pull it over, and then eventually when they got parallel with it,
what did you do with that? In that situation,
you have to is it T-pack, whatever they call it? Yeah, they have to box it in, and then obviously sensors kick in. It stops driving itself then, and then you've contained it, and then you approach it like, okay, now what do we do now?
Do you reckon this will now give have police and government wanting more kind of an override kind of control on? I'm
not
vehicles?
sure. So why you weren't here last week? I don't think so. Last time we were on the show, there's a company called Waymo that you know of.
Yeah.
It had one of its cars was taking someone to the airport, and then it was constantly had an issue. It was constantly going around the airport till it eventually stopped at the airport. So there's always going to be issues. We know this with software.
Glitch,
but I think just like autopilot with Tesla, the more of it is used in the real world, the more data is fed back, the more it can be improved, and then the better it will be.
Yeah. But it still needs to have that, like I was talking about, like say in that situation, there needs to be the element where someone can remotely access it to stop it. There needs to be that functionality.
But I don't agree with governments having power over that.
No, but whoever it is, but say, because, all right, that car that you're talking about was probably going at low speed. What if it was going at high speed with no lights on?
Oh, then you got a problem.
There you
Massive
go.
Problem.
So then it's safety, isn't it?
Yeah, it's safety. But then that's why they're saying, I don't know if you saw, I think it was our show, wasn't it? We were talking about last time out, where there's going to be another colour on a traffic light.
Yeah.
And that's designed to help with these and they have to do these things.
Yeah.
And that will help all this situation, I think. Okay, so I'm going to pass over to Shamputer.
Yeah, so I've found a good cool one. It was... I was going to mention the Apple one, but you've already mentioned that. So there was another one. It's a company called Roto, and they've create something we call a VR Explorer chair. So this one has been 10 years in development, okay, and it's basically a desk chair seat kind of thing, but designed for a seated VR experience.
Oh, okay.
All right. So it's got like motors and stuff, and it turns and twists and all that. But it also comes with extra add-ons as well. So, for example, you could have one for, like, let's say you want to make it into a racing module. So you put your racing steering on it, and it has like a desk in front of you, and that spins with it as you turn and in VR. Also, like or one for a joystick module for if you would say you want to do a flight simulator. Anything along them lines.
That's actually quite cool.
It starts at $799.
Well, it's considerably cheaper than the last things you just shared with us.
Plus, obviously, extra for any of these extra modules that you want
Okay.
to be, to work with the chair. But like I said, the cool thing about it, like I said, was like if especially VR experience, if you're sitting down and you're like somehow
you're safer.
You're turning in virtual reality. The seat will turn as well.
That's actually quite cool.
So it makes it more immersive, doesn't it?
It's true, because I find when I was playing racing games in VR, I was getting headaches because I'm sat there still, and that's doing that thing, and I'm like crashing towards. I'm like, my brain can't handle this.
Yeah, I wonder if it would make me feel less sick playing VR.
Yeah.
I can't do it for more than 10 minutes.
No, I think it would make you less because my problem
less.
was in VR was I could I don't know if you know what strafe means.
Yeah,
I don't know pronounce it. Yeah, so I could strafe fine, left, right, forward, backwards. I'm fine. As soon as I turn, my head got dizzy.
Yeah.
Because in the real world, like, I think it's something to do with your ears, the balancing in your eardrums, that liquid or whatever it is. I don't know how it works.
Licorice.
But whatever it is that tells your brain that you're moving, right, it's not moving, but your eyes are telling you you're moving. So but this chair will fill that void.
That's actually quite cool. And Joel, what do you have? And I hope you get two of these. I want to play with you.
I've got a crazy cybersecurity story.
Okay.
Actually, this is to do with the FBI. They had court authorization, and they remotely removed something called PlugX malware from 4,258 US-based private computers.
Wow.
Okay? Yeah.
Say that again?
Yeah, just let that sink in. So this is the FBI with court authorization removed malware from 4,258 privately owned US-based computers. So the PlugX malware has been in use since 2014. It was put onto the internet by a Chinese-backed hacking group known as Mustang Panda or Twill Typhoon.
Can I just say that's cool names?
Yeah, and it has infected, like I said, there's 4,258 machines actively have it running on the machines, but the FBI have been in and essentially removed it from those machines.
That's staggering.
So this is how they did it. What they did is they actually, in collaboration with French authorities, they penetrated the malware's command and control network and issued a self-delete command, which then deleted all the malware that was out there for that particular strain of malware on all infected networks. That's next level cybersecurity stuff, and I just wanted to share that.
So that's how they fought it?
Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
So basically,
they used their own. So they used the cyber criminals tool. Basically.
Yeah. The FBI.
They hacked the hackers.
They hacked the hackers.
That is
and
brilliant.
Issued a delete command, which deleted the hackers' malware from these machines that has been around since 2014. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, you win.
That's a movie stuff.
That is really, really good. Okay, so before we get into the next segment of the show, I need a favour from both of you, okay? Because I'm going to be doing the questions, so I need a little bit of help. I need one of you to keep the score, okay? And the other one, I'll put the stopwatch up in front of me. And who's going to do that?
So
Can we do it for each other?
What we doing?
Just log the score for correction. Just type X or whatever.
I can do score.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so it's time for.
Are you doing time?
Yeah, I'll do time.
All right.
It's actually you can do time for him and you do time for him. See, I'm just I've got all of my friends
You've
together.
got times different. Times.
What, 60 seconds each. So when I say to you, when I ask my first question, start talking, you put start on the stopwatch. Can you handle this, computer? Okay. If not, I can do it myself.
All right.
All right. Cool. It's time for the quantum quiz.
Dun, 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 dun. Quantum quiz.
Quantum quiz, where our co-hosts face off in a lightning round of tech trivia. Joel, Shamshad, are you ready?
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay, so we're going to start off with Shamshad. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Or we're flipping a coin. Are you all right with that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me roll down to your questions. So as soon as I start asking this question, you need to press start, okay? What is the function of a router?
The router controls the direction of your network traffic.
Correct. What does VPN stand for?
Virtual private network.
Correct. What programming language is known for its snake logo?
Razor.
Python. What is a terabyte?
Size of data.
I need the exact size of data. Yeah, what is that size of data?
Oh, terabyte.
Yeah.
1028 gigabytes.
1024 gigabytes.
Oh.
What company created the Macintosh computer?
Apple.
What is the purpose of a firewall?
Protect your network from...
yes, that's correct. I'll take that. What is the name of Elon Musk's rocket company?
Rocket X.
Incorrect. SpaceX.
Oh.
What does BIOS stand for?
Basic input-output system.
Correct. What technology is used in cryptocurrency?
What technology?
Yeah.
A blockchain.
Correct. What is the name of Microsoft's search engine?
Microsoft. Or Google, sorry.
Bing. What does DNS stand for?
Oh, I'm gone. About 60 seconds ago.
Oh my God.
What's good?
No, don't matter now. I knew this was going to be funny.
My RAM's out of order, mate.
That is so good. That was brilliant. I asked you, what is the name of Microsoft search engine? You said Google. You said Google.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Right, here we go.
Panic.
Right, Joe, are you keeping score for yourself?
Yeah.
Are you sure you can do this? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I just need to go down a little bit here.
What was DNS? I forgot that is now. I didn't know.
Dynamic naming system, isn't it, or something?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew all yours. That's the problem now. I'm not going to
I know what DNS is. But
Okay, you ready?
Acronym, what it stands for, yeah.
Ready, Joel? So, what does SSD stand for in computer hardware?
Solid state drive.
Correct. What is the parent company of Instagram?
Meta.
Correct. What is the name of Google's voice assistant?
Gemini.
Google Assistant. Wrong. What does GUI stand for?
Graphic user interface.
Correct. What is the term for illegally accessing a computer system?
Hacking.
Correct. What year was Bitcoin created?
2001.
Incorrect. 2009. What is the main function of a modem?
To establish connection with the internet.
Yeah, I'll take that. Network to the internet. What tech company is based in Cupertino, California?
All of them.
No.
Apple.
So you're wrong. What type of malware locks your file for ransom?
Ransomware.
Correct. What year was Windows 95 released? What? That's the question.
Oh, is it going to be a trick question? I'm going to be suckered in and go 1995.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. What is the name? Actually, you're going to. What is the name of the AI developed by OpenAI?
ChatGPT.
Correct. What is
That's
the
it.
main?
That's it.
Okay. Scores.
Shamshad got 1, 2, 3. Hang on a second.
I love how raw this is. We're just doing this. So we have a tech show. We're going to get something digital to do with this.
6. And then
You got 6.
Did I?
Oh my God! I need to see what Fessel got last week.
I'm surprised I got 6.
Hold on, let me go.
I got 8.
Wow.
There you go.
So Joel won. I'm just trying to find the different levels of like abilities here, because if you look at last week, where are we?
Google. Google search
Where
engine.
is? I'm just trying.
My Microsoft Windows computer at home uses Google. For
That's great.
search
I'm
engine.
just trying to find the score.
Trick question.
Do us a favor, Joel. Could you just put in the date and your scores into our leaderboard group? That'd be great. Thanks. Can I say well done, by the way, Sham? You know what to expect now. But I just need to say, what is Microsoft's search engine?
Bing.
Google.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that happened. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I'll clear you one listening.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know about that. I don't know what happened. Your brain just went
No, I
offline.
honestly heard you say something else. I didn't hear you say Microsoft. Something like, I don't know. My head.
Where are we with this?
Yeah.
We need to find him a device from CES to help him out here. But I thought you did quite well, to be fair. So I noticed something in your performance. When it was a actual tech thing, you got the answer. It was slightly, different to like something that fairly more open, that's when your answer was wrong. So, for example, if I say, what's the CPU? You got it straight away. What's HDD? You would have got it straight away. What's RAM? Well, let me ask you, what does RAM stand for?
Random access memory.
See? He's brilliant.
But the problem is my RAM doesn't work properly.
Yeah, this is true. So, well done, Joel. In the overall standings, it's 1, Vessel 1, Shamputer 0. But that's okay, because it's what happens in December that counts.
I'm just glad I didn't get 0, so I'm happy.
There was no way you were going to get 0.
I'm happy.
I thought you did yourself justice there.
Yeah, I did very well.
The problem you have is, as it says on your MacBook, never settle. When Faisal's here, you got a problem. Because before, as you say the question, he's giving you the answer. Okay, so I either need to pull out a much more difficult set of questions, which is probably what I'm going to try out next time he's on.
He was so fast. Everyone listening should go and listen to last week's.
He was like
100%.
After,
I agree with
to
you.
see how quick he was.
Yeah,
literally, you answered the question. He was answering it straight. I watched the show.
Answer the question before I'd heard all of it.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. But that's it for tonight. Thanks for tuning into Tech Factor. Join us next time for Tech Talk, laughs and trivia. Until then, stay curious, stay